9 first and second stages were transported to the SpaceX Rocket Development Facility in McGregor, Texas for testing, and then they were trucked to SpaceX's hangar at Space Launch Complex 40 here at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. The stages were integrated, and then the Discover payload was put inside of the fairing at the Astrotech facility in Titusville nearby and brought over and integrated with the Falcon 9 rocket. The final major pre-flight test was a static fire held on Saturday, January 31st. All 9 of the Falcon 9's first stage engines were lit for a few seconds while the vehicle was held firmly in place. Everything went well. And earlier today, the Falcon 9 and Discover were elevated to their vertical position for launch. Fueling continues on schedule with the payload fairing and Discover inside. The Falcon 9 is 224 feet tall and 12 feet in diameter. At the time of launch, the 9 first stage engines will generate 1.3 million pounds of thrust at liftoff, rising to nearly 1.5 million pounds as it climbs through the atmosphere. The payload fairing itself is 43 feet long and 17 feet in diameter. Very impressive sight, and it will be even more impressive when it lifts off 2 minutes after local sunset, with the Earth being darker than the sky. So we expect that shortly after liftoff, as the Falcon 9 begins its climb from the launch pad, that the sun from the west will illuminate the plume and the rocket, and it should be a very spectacular sight. Again, everything is on track for launch. T-minus 1 hour, 49 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. This is Discover Launch Control.